Holding in the energy you see may take over your ass, man. So it's like a circumstance may happen, right? Put you in a state, whether it be fear, uh, something, what have you, where, you know what I'm saying, like, it's a traumatic or a very dramatic moment for you, right? People often wonder what it is when they come across these situations. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it happened to me. And it's like, yeah, oh my God, why doesn't nobody, like, care about me? Oh my God, what else is there to do other than what I do now? Things like that. I've realized that, I've seen that over time, watching people and listening in and all this stuff, that people are so ready to harbor and hold on to whatever energies they have been subjected to, whether they realize it or not. It swirls, they contemplate it, it pops in and out. It's one of the only energies they've ever been through. It's one of the only couple of energies they know, right? So much so, like they say, the progression from the, whatever emotion to being a mood to being, a temperament to being, your personality, if that's how it goes. Something like that, right? It's like people hold on to it so much. Well, why doesn't this person get their revenge? Or why did they have to take that from me? Whatever, physical, tangible, intangible thing, people can take a lot of things, right? But why did they take that from me, right? What about those people in the justice and things like this? In those moments, I have to take in myself, because I've been in situations where I could have done something to people, because, for a lot of young boys, why weren't you in my life was one of them. What made you think it was good to not be in a person's life in their most critical times of need, And, this energy steps in, if you will, or this nothing energy, when you kind of just take in the moment and realize who you are, and if it's worthy, if it's worth the efforts to put energy into something or someone, whether it be emotionally or physically. Is it worth it? Is it necessary for you to go through another circumstance to where you're putting yourself even deeper into something you originally didn't even want to be in the first place? But now that you've had so many circumstances and situations happen to you, and you didn't go through the proper avenues within that moment and go, I don't need to tell them that. There's no reason to get into this squabble or deal with whatever the case. Defending yourself is one thing. Defense is one thing. Whoop their ass. You know what I'm saying? Self-defense is a whole nother ball game. And you got to know what that means for yourself. You got to find the respect within to know what that means in self-defense, whether it be verbal, physical, emotional, where you got to fight that fire with fire. Well, you might have to match somebody, or you just to show that you can do it too. That they might not even want to mess with your energy. You may have energy that's, they may not know. or things like that. But not every situation is like that though. Too is my deal is that you'll find it, but sometimes before you find it, it's like giving it a chance for it to be there for you, and going into that nothing energy, right? That space to where, because like I said, man, there's been times where I could have mollywop the hell out of somebody, like, and probably in some realm of reality been justified for doing it. But looking at it and seeing a person in this stupor, I'll say, it's just, it seems like not a thing to really like put yourself into. At least for me. Some people do things. For me personally, I didn't see the reason. Because there's times where I go, man, could I have done something? Could I have put my hands on somebody, or did this thing, or tried to get revenge, or feel good about whatever, saying this to somebody? And half the time it don't even feel worth it if I were to do something like that. If I have done something like that, it was no reason to, it didn't feel like there was a reason after being said. So it was like, going back to like, if it's not something nice to say, you know what I'm saying? Maybe keep it to yourself and evaluate what it means, because that's why I try not to speak on too many things in certain lights, because it's, also how you do it. It's not necessarily what you speak on, who you speak on, it's how you speak on them. But that's the deal too, is like, but a lot of people won't go into that energy where it's just like that nothing energy, where you can just take a second, breathe, do what you gotta do. To not jump into a situation with little thought to it when you had more than ample enough time to really like put everything together. People continue to hold in this energy of the chaotic moments and things, whatever may happen to them, and it consumes them. The circumstances take them over. Those circumstances that they know are not them becomes them, and it becomes a part of them, because it's a daily habit, no matter what they want to call it or what they want to say it is. It's, again, how you go about the things you do, not really necessarily the things you do. Yeah. There's no reason to hold it in, but people have no choice, because, like I said, it becomes them. Most people are too prideful to walk away from certain moments. It was a good example of old dude I watched on this one little like documentary I was watching on here on YouTube. I forget what they called his name. He's a little dude, you know what I'm saying? He might have been Mexican, but they call him like the Red Label, and stuff like that. And the dude was he was young, and he started off just kind of doing whatever he wanted to do, because clearly there wasn't really much structure where he was. And he became internet famous, essentially, right? And because, just like that one dude, another dude I heard, he got mauled by a bear or whatever, a lion, because he was drunk and didn't realize, or he knew, or he just had the confident liquid courage to just go to this lion and just bust him in the head like 5 yards, and then expect the whole pride and all the lionesses to come and like devour this man. So it's like, but this kid, 24/7 got this liquid courage in him, And so, he's making all this money, he's doing all this stuff, he's meeting all these people, he's doing everything this, he wants to do. And you clearly people don't know what to do with all that wealth they get, especially at a young age. And then he gets on the internet and just starts popping off at the mouth and just saying whatever he wants to say. And he's talking about, this one dude is like, then, suck my nigga and all, what I'm saying, whatever, like this to this dude. And it's just like, I'm pretty sure if he was in his right mind to really process, that he's around the people he's around, as many people know him as they do, or or he's spending as much money as he does. So there's a lot of tiny little factors that because like maybe he say something, but the thing was that he was out of his mind, blackout drunk, dang near every day, and like I said, says what he says. Dude catches wind of it, ends him, finishes him off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a what I'm saying, it's one of those things where if you just take a second sometimes, not have all that energy of those circumstances, and try to like, just push them away, whichever way you can, It will definitely lead you somewhere you don't want to be. Yeah, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. There's a lot of things that can put you out of your mind, and lack of discipline and a comfortable life will definitely get you there. People so afraid of the struggle, bro, but it's like, if anything, that keeps some people humble and alive, bro, modest and alive, you know what I'm saying? That keeps people going, Also gives the people a will to live, because once you get so comfortable, there's no more struggle. There's nothing to be, really worried about necessarily. The money will take care of it, so there's no strive for anything. Your friends will take care of it. The people around you will take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna, and I think that's the people's real downfall, is them starting too fast like the young dude did, or not having the right things around them and the right mindset and the people to do so. Because they'll just take care of it. They got the money too, so they don't have the mindset of, what I'm saying, most people don't struggle. It's like people talk about how many people, which is a lot, but a lot of people don't know what it is to struggle, and that's why we have this weird ass divide, because most people don't know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? Which is funny, because I'm noticing that a lot of people, I even said right here, it's like people don't just become homeless, people become comfortable. Some people do things by choice. Some people have a path or direction in life. Some people didn't care enough to really check what was going on, have a structure to them. There's nothing to work for. You already made it. Again, like I said in previous videos, it's like you think that you're not in hell, that you're not going through all, like we're all here, and you're trying to be the highest person in this hell, trying to tell people that you're better than them. Again, isn't that how all them entities and all that got casted down in the first place? You know what I mean? I digress. But yeah, man, people become comfortable with life and complacent. They become untouchable and not unfuckwittable. It's like, you can be touched, man, like, but you know what I'm saying? What defense you got though? What defense you got though, huh? What you got? What defense you got though? You know what I'm saying? It's like mentally is what I really mean. Like, what defenses do you really have? Cause okay, you're untouchable. But that's not really true. There's many ways people can catch you. Say something, do something. You know what I'm saying? They can do something to you. They can try to ridicule you, to snatch your name. They can. There are people doxing or whatever. I didn't even know what that meant till yesterday. Um, Slander you. There's a dude I saw, he got hacked or something like that, and dude was shutting down like his channel one by one. He was putting strikes on his channel. There's so many things people could just, you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of ways people can like get to you. You know what I mean? I digress. Yeah, man, I'm gonna cut it, man. This is, it's just like there's no reason to hold it in. Figure it out. Look at it, and not don't try to drown or suppress it. If you're not even like I don't even, you know what I'm saying. But if you're not willing to moderate, do things in moderation, to where you can still have a mind, you still can think, talk back and forth with people, have a conversation and things like that, and be able to express wholeheartedly how you feel and things like that. If you can't go to these energy signatures when need be, a lot of people do a lot of other things, pop pills, like I said, all this whatever, numb to certain situations and things when it comes to the body and whatever else. Alcohol, spirit, pills the body and things that you digest, things like that. Or no, alcohol, the soul, and things you smoke deals with like the spirit and the mind and things like that. And pills deal with the body or whatever other thing you edible or whatever. But you become numb to things. You don't really like. Yeah, you don't really like check in with things and what people say and do, and you become numb to certain emotions, which kind of like click. You skip certain things because it's like, what is that? Like, that's not my deal. That's I'm numb to this. I don't know. That's something I deal with. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but why don't you do that? It's because it's really something you don't do. It's because something is guiding you, or suppressing you, or numbing you, or whatever the case may be. What else is doing that other than you? You're purposely putting yourself under, watching whatever, eating whatever, doing whatever, to not look at whatever, whatever you gotta look at. So it's like, I hope you're not looking for answers through certain entities and God and all this other stuff like that, and whatever the case, when you clearly have your own work to do, and have the faith that it'll come through for you. I thought it was something funny too, how like I thought it was actually a good testament, because it was this dude Nick Avocado Wombo Womboing. It's basic, SpongeBob. But it's showing a testament to like people that are going through whatever they're going through, and want to strive for something that they're doing. They don't see the results right away, which again I can see it because it's tough. But this dude's saying, because he was a vegan and he's doing all this stuff, and then he kind of stopped for a minute, and then he started eating all this crazy stuff. And like he said, he thought, essentially, I would think in his head, that he would like be skinny forever, which it kind of doesn't make any sense. Some people that can be big can be healthy. And some people that are skinny can be really malnourished or whatever the case may be, unhealthy for whatever reasons they got going on. You know what I'm saying? It all depends. But I thought it was something interesting because everybody thinks that, but it works both ways. If you don't think that over time you continue whatever you do, you won't end up looking like old boy. Just like people think, when my point being, or what I'm getting to is like going to the gym every day or doing something to get fit or whatever goal you got going on, you don't think you won't get there. That's how I look at it no matter what, man. Like, I look at the good, bad, and the ugly, or whatever you want to, but the dirt, the soil, the desires, the things. I look at the dark stuff, your supposed demons and the desires, the things you succumb to essentially in life. And that's what I look at things from too, because it's like, okay, but we still can clearly see that this man may not have wanted it, but if you strive every day, clearly, even if you don't want it, you'll get it. He deserved exactly what he got because that's what he worked for. It's not, here nobody. I'm not here to judge like that. That's the life he chose. He's making his money. He's doing what he does. But it's like, you have to know because I think he does. But I'm just saying. But you have to know. Because he calls it like the greatest social experiment type thing. These things are just popping up because, what I'm saying, I've been watching them, they've been coming, whatever, and but I think it's funny, like, people don't, it's like, give it time. You don't think it's going to happen to you, but it will, and that happens. What I'm saying is with anything, you don't think it can happen, but it can if you wait long enough, if you put yourself in that situation long enough, if you know what I'm saying, that outcome that you afraid of or you want to happen or whatever the case, don't worry, you've thought about it long enough. Don't worry, you've put enough work and faith into it. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about it. It's going to happen. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's really what you want to do. But if you know, hey, I don't want to be like this. I don't want to, you know what you need to do, But it's like, to sit here and, take on, we have these things where it's like we want to put all the things that, we have donned, right? We have put on ourselves and harbor it, like I said, and put it on other people and not really check what we got going on for us before we start pointing fingers or doing whatever. Like I say all the time, myself included, you got to take the chance to realize, hey, maybe it is more, or maybe you, it is more you, or it is you, or these are still your little percentage scales if it is what it is. But to just swirl around and be scared, and then before you know it, you become these circumstances. These circumstances become you. It all meshes and melds together, and before you know, you can't tell which one's which or what's what. Word.